Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanuga Pravaram Brajarasaratsigam Shanadayam Tam Prapannam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Prasthaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktidam Chakripamurti Narayam Seva Kunja Vijay Ramya Govardhana Gidosara Radha Kundara Sanande Tat Seva Pradayagam Gurum Nirayanakyam Tam Vande Vinoda Prashtakam Yatpala Smiti Matrena Damodara Prasidati Vanchakalpadrubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhavacha Pritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Gatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanupate Devi Pranamami Haripriya Bhaktya Vihina Paradhavachay Shittasya Kamarita Dhanyamandya Kripamayi Tvam Saranam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Vajami Radham Aravinda Netram Smarami Radham Madhurasvitasyam Vadami Radham Karuna Maradram Tobamanyasti Gatir Nakapi Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvayamina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanantike Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my Sastaganandar Pranam Thakur Thakur Shri Paramaradham Guru Par Parma Vishnu Par Sotra Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Gurudev. Second, I offer my Sastaganandar Pranam Thakur Thakur Shri Mashi Rupanuga Gauri Guru Varga. My Sastaganandar Pranam Tato Sambur Vaishnava. Reading from Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse 23. O beloved of the Prince of Braj, when after washing your lotus feet will this person with many beautiful small garlands, artistically fashioned by the florist girl Narmada, lovingly braid your hair? Only eagerness is not sufficient. Eagerness may be there, but only that will not do. We will have to go in the process of Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami. Then we can have some bhakti. When we analyze, we see not even a little bhakti is there. Do you think you have any bhakti? I think that certainly I have no bhakti. My Gurudev has kindly given me these instructions, and we have heard some Harikatha from his mouth, but now we are giving it as if it is ours. But there is no bhakti at all. We have no taste in chanting nor in any devotional activities, but still some hope is there. And then in other words, any advancement, any inspiration or desire to do bhakti is coming from who? It is coming from Shri Guru, Vaishnavas. In reality, we have nothing. Their words are our only wealth. Their mercy is our only asset. Because they have given us some mercy, therefore we have been able to make some advancement in our devotional service. The reality is we are actually hopeless. We have nothing. By ourselves, ekaki amar nahi payabal harinam sankirtan. We have no strength whatsoever. Vastendra sunu dayite. Srimati Radhika is very near and dear to Krishna. In Nishanta Lila or in Nakta Lila midnight, when Srimati Radhika's hair, dress and ornamentation is messed up, she rebukes Krishna in a Swadhina Bhatrika mood. You have messed up my hair, now it is here and there. You should put it in order. At once Tulasi Manjari, Rupa Manjari and Lavanga Manjari enter the Kunj with golden plates with so many pots of fragrant oil, anjana, tilak and flowers, everything that is needed to redecorate Srimati Radhika. Krishna takes a comb and takes Srimati Radhika's hair in his hand. Krishna's hands are like blue lotuses and Radhika's hair is like flow of Yamuna. Krishna's soft hands comb her hair. Sometimes when he combs Radhika says, ooh, ooh. Then with very soft hands he puts some fragrant oil in her hair and very smoothly combs it and then decorates it with flowers. In other words, Krishna is combing the hair but he's pulling Radhika's hair, therefore she's feeling some pain. Raghunath Das Goswami saw this scene, and when this scene disappeared, he began to weep. Then he prayed to Radhika, Ha Narmada Gratita Sundara Shukshma Malyahe. Narmada is the daughter of the gardener, and she makes very good garlands, by which I may decorate Srimati Radhika's grave. Pranaya with love and affection. This comes after Man. Sometimes Pranaya is first and then Man is the next stage. In other words, it has been described in both ways in different places. Prem, Sneha, Man, Pranaya, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav. So sometimes it's like Prem, Sneha, Pranaya, Man, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav. Sometimes it's described like that, both ways. So with Pranaya, heartfelt love, he is praying, may I perform this service to you. Why? Because once your hair is nicely decorated, you will go to Yashoda Bhavan. And Krishna will see this. And at once he will be attracted to you. So I want to serve you in this way. At first we should do Vaidhi Bhakti and preach, but eagerly wait for greed to come. In this way we can hope that Raganuga greed will come. Otherwise, Raghunath Das wants to decorate Radhika's hair in such a way with his beautiful flourish garland that Radhika will look so beautiful. And then Krishna will see Radhika will feel so much pleasure, will be attracted. In this way Radhika will become pleased, seeing Krishna's eagerness and attraction for her. So, first we do Vaidhi Bhakti. We perform all the angas of Bhakti, but with the mood and the intention of awakening these moods. Then this greed will come by being in the association of these such Raganuga sadhus. Kripa Kataksh commentary. O Radhe, O beloved of Nanda Nandan, having bathed and dressed you in fresh cloth, I will wash your feet. I will apply chandan, aguru and kasturi to your lotus feet, and will decorate them with alaka. I will first bathe your feet with camphor water. I will then dry your feet and cover them with sandalwood paste. I will then wash off the sandal with kasturi and gorochana water. Then I will bathe your feet with panchamrita, cow milk, yogurt, honey, ghee and sugar. I will then wash your feet with pure water and smear flower pollen on them. When alone I will drink the water with which I have bathed your lotus feet, and cherish that as the greatest nectar. Raghunath Das Goswami then says, I will comb your hair and decorate it with delicate white flowers. After Radharani has bathed and dressed, Narmada, the daughter of the gardener, brings many flowers like Mallika, Chameli and Beli to decorate her hair. At that time, Shyam changes his form and becomes Shyama Saki. Going to where Radhika is being decorated, he asks, may I have a chance to comb and decorate her hair? But Lalita Devi is very strong. Without her desire, without her permission, and without Rupa Manjari's instruction, no one can enter there and serve. Raghunath witnesses this scene as a sadhak, but is also present there in his spiritual form. Narmada, the daughter of the Mali, brought many flowers and garlands to decorate Radharani's grave. And Krishna is attracted and comes there like a bumblebee, seeking the nectar of Radhika's service. Jaho Maharaj.
Jai Jai. Please continue. I will.
He tries to enter from all four sides, but is not given entrance. Finally, as Sham Sakhi, he is given a chance for Radhika's darshan and seva. Verse 24. Subhaga mrigamadena akanda subhrangshu vatte tilakam ihalalat devi moda vidhaya. Mashrinna gushrinna charcham arpayitva chagatre stana yugam api ghandais chitritam kim karishya. O Devi, when will I happily place beautiful musk tilak on your forehead, which is as splendid as the full moon, glistening kumkum on your limbs, and wonderful pictures and designs in fragrant colors on your breasts. Srila Gurudev's commentary. Here, Raghunath Das Goswami is praying in his eternal Sarup as Tulasi Manjari, who is a Prana Sakhi. She is Swapaksha and Radha Sneha Adhika. That is, she has more affection for Radhika than for Krishna. The Manjaris in general, they are called Nitya Sakhis. But the very advanced and special Manjaris, they are known as Prana Sakhis. Those like Rupa Manjari and Rati Manjari, they all fall into this category of Prana Sakhi. And they are naturally Swapaksha, means they are in Radharani's own camp. And they are Radha Sneha Adhika, it means they have more Sneha for Radharani than for Krishna. Some Sakhis are Krishna Sneha Adhika, they have more affection for Krishna than Radhika. Some are Sama Sneha Adhika, they have equal affection for Radha and Krishna. But the Manjaris, they are all Radha Sneha Adhika. They are always more inclined to Srimati Radhika than Krishna. Tulasi Manjari always resides with Srimati Radhika, and she never desires the company of those who are Vipaksha, inimical to Radhika. Tulsi Manjari prays, O Devi, will I have the fortune that I will decorate your forehead with tilak made from musk, and adorn the partition in your hair with a line of vermilion. The mood of the Manjari is what? Radha Paksha Chari Ye Jan Asejan Je Bhave Se Bhave Thake Amito Radhika Pakshapati Sada Kabu Nahi Heri Thake. That I will not even look at the face of someone who is not in the camp of Srimati Radhika, regardless of whatever their mood may be. I'm always residing in her, I'm always loyal and residing in her camp. Previously, Raghunath Das Goswami was residing in Jagannath Puri with Sarup Damodar and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and by always hearing from them and serving them, an intense greed to become a Radha Dasya arose in him. By the association of that kind of Rasik Vaishnava, by hearing and remembering, this greed becomes so deep, like a sthayi bhav, and it can never be changed in any way. After that, he follows internally and externally. So here, it says, by the association of that kind of Rasik Vaishnava. There are two things here, Rasik Vaishnava and association. Maybe that you're in the company or the close proximity of any Rasik Vaishnava, but if you're not associating with them, in other words, following their moods deeply, and reality of association means developing affection for them, developing a deep relation with them, trying to have affectionate dealings, as Rupa Goswami has described. Dadati patigritinati guhyam akriti pikchati bhumte bhojayate chaiva sadvidam piti lakshanam. If you're not trying always to develop deep relation with the Vaishnava and express your affection to them in these ways, then there's no question of real association, because you're in their company, but your hearts are not aligned. Therefore, you have no real interest in what that person has or what their mood is, and you will not weep and cry for those things. You will not endeavor for those things. Rather, by that external kind of association, then little progress may be there in developing greed. In the sense that you may observe some of their moods, you may understand something, but it will be always on a superficial level. But by hearing and remembering in the association of the Vaishnava, and always praying to them, and always trying to develop a relationship with them, and having affectionate dealings with them, then this greed will this mood will come very quickly. The Guru said, once this greed comes, it is deep like a sthayi bhav. It becomes very ingrained within you, and you cannot change. That time, what happens? One follows internally and externally. Externally, one will follow the sadhana practices observed in that Vaishnava, and one will also internally follow his moods. That means serve him internally in one's Siddha Swarup. So in reality, Raganuga Bhakti starts when? And the advanced stages of Asakti, entering into Bhav. That is when Raganuga Bhakti really starts. In Bhagavad Gita, Gurudev says like that. Asakti is the stage when Raganuga Bhakti starts. In Ruchi, the stage before that, there's some entrance or some beginning is there of Raganuga Bhakti. But in reality, it really starts when you start following internally. Because Raganuga Bhakti means what? Seva Sadaka Rupena Siddha Rupena Chakri. Siddha Rupena means you have to follow the Siddha Swarup of that Vaishnava. And if you not realize your own Siddha Swarup, then how will you follow their Siddha Swarup? So Raganuga Bhakti in reality starts at Asakti. Because in that stage already some realization of one's Swarup is coming more and more evident. And as one progresses towards Bhav, then one begins to follow and serve in a deeper and deeper way. As his greed increased more and more, he realized his specific identity as Tulasi Manjari, with a sthayi bhav, permanent sentiment, which can never be changed in any way. Then he performed Raganuga Bhakti both internally and externally. So in other words, greed is the key to achieving Sarup Siddhi. When Mahaprabhu went in Aprakit Lila, Raghunath Das Goswami rested only on Sarup Damodar and was always bitterly weeping for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He stopped taking Mahaprasad, but although Mahaprabhu had disappeared from his external vision, Sarup Damodar was there to console him. Soon afterwards, Sarup Damodar also left this world. And then Raghunath Das Goswami became quite helpless, and he gave up drinking water, and even desired to leave his life. Sarup Damodar Goswami's Tirubhav, he said that he disappeared, I think it's one day after the disappearance of Mahaprabhu. But in the Tithis, but he is saying that after some time, so that means it must have been 1 year and 1 day then. Because otherwise he would have been straight away next day. So Sarup Damodar Goswami's Tirubhav is on Rath Yatra day. I think so. Gundisha Mandir Mara, one of those days. So Mahaprabhu's disappearance is 1 day before that. Anyhow, very shortly afterwards, he disappeared. Then Raghunath Das Goswami became quite helpless. And he gave up drinking water and even desired to leave his life. Because Raghunath Das Goswami was staying day and night in the care of Sarup Damodar Goswami. Now that Mahaprabhu God and Sarup Damodar Goswami had left, then Raghunath Das Goswami felt like an orphan. But instead, he took shelter of Giridhari Pandit, who himself was always crying in separation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with Radha Bhav for Krishna. Soon, Giridhari Pandit also left this world, and then there was no one left to console Raghunath Das Goswami. He decided to go to Vrindavan and give up his life by jumping from Govardhan or drowning in the Yamuna river. After arriving in Mathura, he proceeded to Vrindavan, where he fell at the feet of Rupa and Sanatan and wept bitterly. They both tried to console him as their youngest brother and advised him to always reside at Radha Kund. After some time, Sanatan Goswami also disappeared, and Raghunath Das Goswami's condition was like that of a man who is stranded in the ocean, and everything which he grabs onto simply sinks. If you are swimming in the ocean and you have nothing to help you keep afloat, then how long can you swim? How long can you stay afloat? Soon you'll drown. You'll become tired and you'll drown. Das Goswami is trying to somehow maintain his life, and any glimpse of hope that he has, he's grabbing onto. That is what? That is the Vaishnavas. First Swarup Damodar Goswami, then Giridhari Pandit, then Sanatana Goswami, then Rupa Goswami. One by one, they all began disappearing. Otherwise, he's holding on to something in the ocean and he's sinking, because they were also leaving him. Now he's all alone, stranded. Now only Rupa Goswami remained to console Raghunath Das Goswami, who was always absorbed in weeping and chanting Harinam and remembering Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in the mood of Radhika, from feeling separation from Krishna, such as how he would rub his face on the wall in the Gambhir and exhibit Asasattvic Bhav. So these extreme moods of separation be experiencing. Mahaprabhu's moods in the Gambhira were like this, rubbing his face on the wall, always Astasattvic Bhav manifesting, sometimes his limbs becoming elongated, sometimes shrinking. So Raghunath Das Goswami is always remembering this and being absorbed in these moods. And Rupa Goswami is somehow or another trying to console Raghunath Das Goswami. Now Raghunath Das Goswami had left everything, but Rupa Goswami requested him to maintain his life. So he used to take a very small amount of buttermilk every day. Suhurid Rakti and the leaf cup from Sakhi's Tali. There was a Brajvasi who would daily bring Raghunath Das a small leaf cup of buttermilk to drink for his sustenance. But one day he bought a cup made from large kadamba leaves, which he had collected at Sakhi's Tali, which is the residence of Chandravali, situated on the eastern side of Govardhan. Seeing it, Raghunath Das said, "Usually I take buttermilk from a very small leaf cup, but I see that today you have bought a very large one. From where have you obtained it?" When the Brajvasis told him that he had collected it from Sakhi's Tali, he became furious. Padma and others in Chandravali's camp are always trying to snatch Krishna away from Radhika and to make him meet with Chandravali. So Raghunath Das Goswami did not like anything from Sakhi's Tali. The Vaishnavas say that these Sakhis of Chandravali, they're very clever. They'll print Radhe Radhe on their forehead. They'll chant Radhe Radhe, Padma, Shaibya, Bhadra. They'll present themselves as Radharani Sakhis. Then Krishna will see them, and then Krishna is always absorbed in love for Radhika. Sometimes he's not even aware of his own surroundings. He's totally absorbed in his love for Srimati Radhika. So then he sees these gopis and he's not even recognizing who they are. He's only saying, "Oh, Radhe Radhe, oh, these are Sapaksha gopis of Radhika." Then he goes with them and those gopis take Krishna to Chandravali's Kunj. In this way, this competition is always there between Radhika's gopis and Chandravali's gopis. If you read Madhav Mahotsav, the whole book is there, just based on a description of this competition. Who is going to be crowned as Vrindavaneshwari, the Queen of Vrindavan? Sakhis of Chandravali are trying to crown Chandravali as the queen, and the Sakhis of Radhika are trying to establish Radhika as the queen. So this rivalry is going on. So hearing that this leaf cup was made from Sakhi's Tali, the Vipaksha gopis, Chandravali's Sapaksha gopis, and Raghunath Das Goswami became very angry. He picked up a stick and chased away that Brajvasi. He could not understand Raghunath Das Goswami's inner sentiment. That Brajvasi was completely bewildered. Why is he trying to beat me? What did I do wrong? All gopis have Madhuri Rati as their Sthayi Bhav. But this particular sentiment exhibited by Raghunath Das is called Suhrid Rati, meaning that one is opposed to anything which is opposed to Radhika. That is why he became furious upon being offered something from Sakhi's Thali. So all those in Madhurya Ras, they have Madhuri Rati. There is also Krishna Rati. But the Manjaris, their Suhri Rati surpasses their Krishna Rati or their friendship for Krishna. Therefore that Suhri Rati, which is like a Sthayi Bhav, like a Sanchari Bhav, a temporary mood, it becomes like their permanent mood. And therefore they always inclined to Srimati Radhika at all times. It's like a wave in the ocean that rises but never goes down. So that their mood of being a Palidasi of Srimati Radhika is always their permanent mood. The symptom of this is thinking that anything which is favorable for one's Ishtadev, worshipful Lord, is also favorable for oneself. A Sakhi of Radhika is always thinking about what is favorable for the service of Srimati Radhika. Those who possess Suhrid Rati see everything with this discrimination. If Radhika does not desire to meet Krishna, they try to make sure that they don't meet. Yet they know internally Radhika always desires to meet Krishna, whether she is outwardly expressing it or not. So in other words, the Manjaris, they will not act on it, but they will desire it. They understand, oh, Radhika doesn't want to meet Krishna, so they will not arrange the meeting. But they know that secretly that Radhika wants to meet with Krishna. Therefore they are thinking, waiting for the chance to then again arrange for this meeting. So sometimes even if she is prohibiting it, they make the arrangement for her to meet with Krishna. Oh, here the Buddha is saying, actually they even, understanding her inner desire, then they'll actually even arrange the meeting. They'll go beyond. Because they really know that, okay, Radhika really wants, so then in order to make her happy, then they arrange the meeting. But sometimes also then they won't. If Radhika is very angry, then the mantra is also very strong. Then Prabhupada Saraswati has described this. Yat kinkarishu bahusha kaluka kumani nityam parasya purushasya shikanda maule tasya kadarasa nidhe vrishabhanu jayas tat keli kunja bhavanangana marjanisha. Param Purush, the Supreme Personality himself, Shri Krishna, is falling at the feet of those manjaris. His peacock feather is on one side, his flute is on one side. And he's rolling on the ground, begging those dasis, please give me entrance into the kunj. Those manjaris, they are preventing Krishna from entering. When Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur is praying, may I become one stick in the broom of that kunj that is used to sweep that kunj, so I may witness this pastime. But in all circumstances, it is solely for the pleasure of Radhika. And this is called Suhri Rati Sthayi Bhav. In Suhri Rati, Srimati Radhika desires service only from this kind of Sakhi. So this Suhri Rati is Bhav Ullas Rati. This becomes the Sthayi Bhav of the Manjaris. It takes that function because it surpasses their Krishna Rati, or their desire to please Krishna. They know that Krishna's pleasure lies in Radhika's pleasure. Shri Radhara Sukhe Krishna Raje Sukh Janibo Manete Ami. I know that Radharani's happiness is Krishna's happiness. Therefore they are one pointed to Srimati Radhika. One morning, after Radhika had bathed, Kundalaka came from Nandagram. Yashoda had sent a message with her to Jatila, not directly to Radhika, saying, you should at once send your daughter-in-law to cook for my son because he is growing thinner and thinner. She also sent many ornaments with the proposal because she knew that Jatila is somewhat selfish and crooked. She doesn't send any ornaments, then To the marriage, hey, why I send my daughter to go walk such a long distance and cook for her son? Who do they think they are? I'll not send. But when so many ornaments come, then she thinks, okay, Nanda Maharaj, at the end of the day, he is the Brajesh, he is the king of Braj. So if he is such a respectable personality like Nanda Baba and Yashoda Rani are requesting, I should consider this. And seeing all the gifts, then her heart becomes soft, and then she sends Radhika. So Yashoda Devi is so clever. She knows somehow or another Krishna should come. Radhika should come cook for my Krishna. Therefore, she arranged all these gifts. Jatila replied to Kundalata, why should I send my new daughter-in-law here and there? Tell Yashoda that she should call her own daughter-in-law for this purpose. She knew full well that Yashoda didn't actually have a daughter-in-law, but due to excessive anger she spoke like this. Then Jatila complained to the personification of Yogamaya, Purnamasi, that Yashoda considers herself to be the queen of Vrindavan. I am not less than Yashoda, so why should I send my daughter-in-law to her as a servant? I cannot do it. Purnamasi told her, you should send her, because I am the knower of past, present and future. I know that if you do not obey the order of Yashoda, your son and all of your cows will die. If you desire your own welfare, then send her at once to Nandagram to cook for Krishna, and it will be good for both you and your son. Then Jatila became fearful and told Kundalata, because you are as dear to me as my own daughter, I am placing my new daughter-in-law in your hands. Take her to Nandagram, but beware. In Nandagram there is a very black serpent, and if he bites anyone, they cannot leave there. So always try to protect her from this serpent. So if Purnamasi is saying that your son will die and all your cows will die, this is not an ordinary statement. It's a very good, this is like a big threat actually. She's becoming afraid. Oh, my cows will die, my son will die. And this puts some doubt in her heart. Because why Purnamasi is saying? She's a yogini. She wears saffron cloth. She knows astrology. Everyone respects her as like guru. So even now, Jatila, she is having some doubt in her heart. Oh, if I don't send Radharani to cook, then really, Abhimanyu will die. All my cows will die. Then she's a little doubt. She becomes doubtful. Then she says, okay, Kundalata, you take. I'm trusting Radhika in your hands. You take her there. Be careful of that black serpent, Krishna. Before Radhika departed for Nandagram, the Manjaris bathed her. And in verse 19, Rati Manjari is praying to Srimati Radhika, please give me the good opportunity to apply musk tilak to your forehead. In this verse comes the word Subrangshuhu, which means full moon. When the moon is full, it is round, but there are many blemishes on it. In the full moon, which the Manjaris are decorating on Radhika's forehead, there is red, yellow, green, and finally gold designs. And in the middle is a very effulgent bindi dot. From his boyhood, Krishna liked the full moon. And knowing this, they drew a very attractive full moon on her forehead. Then when Vishaka and Lalita arranged for Srimati Radhika, that means within the tilak, then they draw like this full moon. Then when Vishaka and Lalita arranged for Srimati Radhika and Krishna to meet, they smile because they know that by this full moon decoration, the Krishna deer can be caught. Because it is so beautiful, when Krishna sees this, he will certainly enter the trap and be caught. They also applied kumkum to Radhika's body and braided her hair in such a way that it became like a female black serpent which is ready to bite Krishna. Seeing this braid, Krishna will be brought under the control of Radhika's prem. Therefore, Bhakti Thakur, he says, Bhakta Kavari Hari Pran. Ramani Shiromani Vishabhanu Nandini Neela Vasana Paridam. That he uses this word, Bhakta Kavari Hari Pran. that his life is bound inside the braid of Srimati Radhika. Krishna, seeing that braid, he comes under the control of Srimati Radhika. Why? Because this braid of Radhika is a manifestation of Radhika's prem for Krishna. All her decorations are 16 shringars, all her abharanas, 32 abharanas, all of this is just an expression of Radhika's love for Krishna. For Krishna seeing this, Krishna is immediately drawn and controlled by that love. After decorating her to appear immensely beautiful, they were ready to go to Yashoda Bhavan at Nandagram. Krishna was waiting at Ter Kadamba with the cows and all the other cowherd boys, and Radhika came along accompanied by all of her manjaris and sakis. Lalita advised her not to go by this path, saying, "You should go by another path, so that you will be very far away from him." While Lalita Devi, she knows, she has seen too many times, oh, Krishna has come on this path, Krishna is waiting here, Krishna is doing these tricks, that things. He's always trying to take advantage. Therefore Lalita is warning Radhika, don't go here, go that way. Be far away from him. Lalita doesn't want to see Radhika being taken advantage of by Krishna. Right? Why? Because this is the nature of Vamyabha. It's called Prachanna Kamagata. Concealed desire, hidden desire. Always creating some obstacle. Always resisting. And this increases Krishna's eagerness and her love for them. So Lalita Devi knows that if Lalita shows some resistance, then this will increase Krishna's desire. And then what will happen? Krishna will become desperate, and then when he is desperate, then Radhika can control Krishna. Otherwise, if Radhika is not desperate, then Krishna will come, meet with Radhika and run away. And then go meet with Chandravali here and there, and Radhika will be unhappy, and she will be in separation, and she will be crying. And seeing Radhika crying, then Lalita will become unhappy. So they always desire that Radhika should be like Vrindavaneshwari. She should be like the queen, and Krishna should be her subject. Radhika replied, "I do not fear Krishna. Who is this Krishna?" Lalita became silent, and they proceeded. As they came near, while Lalita is always bold, right? She is Pragalbha. But here Radhika is also showing now some mood of Pragalbha. Because Radhika, she is Madhya Sakhi. Sometimes she is soft, but sometimes she is also bold. So now that Radhika is expressing some boldness here, it's like you fight fire with fire. So Lalita is always bold, but now that Radhika is expressing some boldness, then Lalita, what can she do now? She has to also accept. So Radhika is saying, "I don't fear Krishna. Who is this Krishna?" So Lalita is seeing Radhika's boldness, this mood of Pragalbha, then she herself is becoming silent. So then now they are moving together, proceeding. As they came nearer, Krishna took the tail of a calf, gave it a twist, and it ran straight to where Radhika and the gopis were. Krishna followed behind the calf until it came to Srimati Radhika. And when he pushed her with his hand, all the gopis fearfully began running here and there. Then Krishna ran away, and Lalita said, "I warned you not to come by this path. He is very naughty." So Lalita is saying, "I told you so. You should not have come this way." But this is what Radhika wanted. That's why she went, on purpose she went that way, because she wanted Krishna to come and have some interaction. They continued on their way, and though Radhika really wanted to meet with Krishna, she made her mood appear in such a way that everyone would think that she did not want to meet with him. On another occasion, she broke her necklace of pearls, and they were scattered everywhere. And then she sat down and made a show of not looking towards Krishna, but still she would be peeping at him from time to time, looking with her sidelong glance, picking up the pearls, but whenever a chance, then looking at Krishna. Every day there are varieties of pastimes like this. After arriving at Nanda Bhavan, she prepares so many different foodstuffs such as Manohar, Laddu, Amrita Keli, and Ras Malai. While she is in Yavat, she is always burning in separation, and in the kitchen at Yashoda Bhavan, there are hundreds of hot stoves. She cooks in the close proximity of these fires, but she considers it to be very cool there in comparison to the burning separation she feels in Yavat. She prepares everything in a pleasing mood, then Krishna comes and takes bath. Yashoda orders some Sakis to bathe him, and the Sakis make jokes while bathing him. Then Krishna calls out, "Oh mother, oh mother." And Yashoda comes at once and says in great anxiety, "What happened?" Seeing Krishna laughing and the gopis also laughing, she returns. Why the gopis are teasing Krishna? And Krishna is threatening the gopis, "Oh, stop others, why you call Mother Yashoda?" Then they start teasing more, then she's going, "Oh, mother, mother, mother." Then Yashoda comes there, and then the gopis have to stop, they cannot tease him. Then Krishna is smiling, you see. And then when Mother Yashoda leaves, and again they continue laughing and joking. Seeing Krishna laughing and the gopis also laughing, she returns. Next, Krishna takes his breakfast, and then he takes the cows out to graze for the day. This is all included within Prata Lila, the morning pastimes. The Kripakataksha commentary. Remembering these pastimes of Radhika, Das Goswami prays in this way, with deep anurag and depthless Radha Nishtha. If we are able to internally enter the realm and these services to Radhika by the causeless mercy of Gurudev and by taking shelter of the Manjaris, then we will be empowered with all good qualities. At that time we are still in our sadhak forms, but we are meditating on our siddha spiritual forms and serving completely focused there. Das Goswami prays, in this Vrindavan all those places where the footprints of Radhika are present are so glorious. I pray to all those places and glorify them. When she is decorated with tilak designs on her forehead, she appears like molten gold decorated with kumkum and other beautiful paraphernalia. So this is verse 24. Today is also Maghi Purnima, the day Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and also this is the day of Sri Narottam Das Thakur. So we'll hear more again then in the daytime, evening. We'll finish here. Gaur Brahmananda Hare Hare Riva Jai Shri Gurupad Padma Ki Jai Guru Parampara Ki Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hare Ki Jai Saparshada Gaur Hare Ki Jai